Were you scared or nervous taking the ACT test for the first time? If so, why?
I was very scared, actually. I was sitting there because it decides whether or not you go to college for most people. So, yes, I was very scared.
I was nervous. I'd say kind of the same thing based on I knew it was important to get into college.
How did you attempt to prepare yourself for your first ACT test?
Actually, what I did, I took one practice test, and I was like, okay, I think I'm okay. But you need more than that. But you do need a good night's rest, though, and a good breakfast.
I kind of struggled with that too. Like in the beginning, I didn't do a lot of practice, but as I kept taking it, I realized that taking practice tests, studying with friends, helped me a lot. So,
what advice would you give juniors taking the ACT for the first time?
Don't push it off as something that's not a big deal, because it'll come back and bite you if you didn't do so well on it. So just make sure you take it serious.
I would completely agree. I'd say it is one of the most important aspects that colleges look at for acceptance, but also having a good attitude about it helped me. Instead of saying, oh, like standardized tests, they're not fun, but going in there saying, like, I can do this helped me a lot.
As you have been applying for colleges your senior year, how important was your ACT score?
It's been really important because, you might have the GPA for it. Everybody thinks GPA is just solid. Oh, I got a 4.2. Okay, that's great. But if your ACT doesn't go along with that, it has a drop off. So you do have to make sure you have to be well rounded in your studious things. Yeah.
I would completely agree. For me, it was mostly scholarship based, so it depended on which scholarship I was able to obtain.
Joe, this question's for you. Since you're committing to playing football at the NCAA level, how did a good ACT score impact your NCAA clearinghouse approval?
Most people know I'm going to Northwest Missouri State, go Bearcats. But having a good ACT score helped me in the long run, because instead of trying to rush and get that late, you get it done early. It's easier for other schools to reach out as well. So you don't want to be left looking for a home or a school to go to because your grades fell short in your first 3 years. You don't want to take your ACT late.
Corey, how has your ACT score helped you with your college decisions and academic scholarships?
It has helped me a lot. It opened the door for more scholarship money and things like that. And I'm planning on going into nursing school at KU, and they required a certain ACT score. So breaking down that barrier was very important.
What tip would you give students taking the ACT for the first time?
My tip would be make sure you have a good night's rest and a good breakfast. And then just make sure you answer all the questions, because you don't get penalized for having wrong answers.
I would completely agree. I would also say whenever the prompter will give you a 5-minute warning, and that's normally when I make sure, okay, just fill in all the bubbles I have left, and then when you have time, after you've done that, go back and see if you can actually answer some of the questions. And then going in with a positive attitude is always a good trick for me.